Mari, what was it between you and Stan? Why were you not playing for him?
No, I'll be honest with you. Me and Stan, we never had a good relationship.
It looked like we went to have Con to go defend.
Yeah. When you defend, that's the best way. I like now. The best way to defend is to keep the ball.
Yeah.
It's different from back in the day.
Okay.
You get my
so
point?
that was a good tactic, Nagweli.
Yes.
Come on.
People of different identities. Podcast with PSCAR.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the PODI-CAST. This is episode 3. We thank you all for all the love that we've been getting, man. And it's in the house, it's your boy SCAR, hanging out with my homies from local corner multimedia. And we're here at Stay Well Hotels, Mogadishu, okay? So make sure you come out here, man. The rooms are absolutely amazing. There's actually a TV in the bathroom. Yeah. Think about that for a minute. But yeah, today we have a very special guest. You know, I didn't get on our intros. We want to get straight into it. And today we're hanging out with a former Botswana international football star. And this dude started his career around 2005 with Notwane FC in Gaborone. And then 4 years later, he went down to Mochudi Center Chiefs. He's also been to Vasco da Gama in South Africa. He's also been out in Cyprus, in Europe, all of that, you know what I mean? And he's also played for Gaborone United as well. So he's a well-traveled man. We will talk about that also, all right? In the house today, we have Dirang Moloi. What up, Papa?
Thanks, bro.
Great.
Hey,
no game, Mama. Were you playing yesterday?
Yes, we had a game. At the time,
but is it ever hard for you to say no? How much is that? Doesn't it ever get too much?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I 50, I still believe
Now, thank you so much for hanging out. And I think what everyone wants to know is to start from the very, very beginning. But you know, you started your football, where is this Kasi? What we grew up in Kasi, where is this Kasi?
No, Kasi you go White City, Broadhurst, I'm in G West. You know talent is on vacation, yes. My music, you were very similar Makasi.
That's fine. So let's go White City with your bros. I mean, your father is very, very famous football legend, Patrick Zibocho. Then look at White City and then 27, and how did you move?
My mom was staying in White City. But to go it was my grandmother.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. My mom White City.
Oh, okay. So lady na go White City. So how Simon la utana go benta mayana no utamo White City.
Definitely.
All right. So Simon la game, no game la go guy. Go White City or near go because I want to know where the hub is. Kana malik dan na so dog. Na ngisa itso were you aliens or something? Because I remember in little Bente, madam, and a lot of the kids were by game. Never saw go White City. Yes. So what was it about White City?
No, White City education a lot of sports, to be honest. But naturally, I was not similar to a disc. No, like that at the time, and I used to like gambling to like a late year.
Where did you learn how to gamble, bro?
How come I'm first cash it and then so apparently my brother last similar so I just felt it's a waste of time though.
Your oldest brother?
Yes, yeah. No, not my Pontsho.
Pontsho let not gamble?
No, Pontsho was playing. And
then that's where the best happened, the best for the games.
Yes, for the game.
Tell me about it. Okay, you are what, 7, 8 years old?
No, I think around 15.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because the Sims was serious, like under 17.
This is where I'm getting at. Or when did you find out it's ball, or when did you fall in love with football?
Even now, I don't haki ball. I just hear you supporters. I mean, it's your duty to judge what man eats. So now I just play. I do my best.
When did you take it seriously? Or okay, this is something that I can actually do.
No, get serious after. I remember there was a time I but I didn't do well at school though. Go Form 3, and then never batla go ntsha because of football. Okay, maybe already.
Wait a minute, because Lidu man team at the better blind, but we are moving too fast. I'm trying to get to what Chappies League. Yeah, now what? Did you play in those development structures? So it's about Chappies League. So it's in the because a lot of people from your generation, hey, Anka Bokosan to Chappies League, were you part of your development there, or because no one a legend in the house?
Yes, I remember.
Game I had.
I won Chappies League. Yes, I won it before I got late.
Okay.
Yes.
So that at the for those who don't know Chappies League, because like I'm saying, development there, Botswana, a lot of the people always say, "Well, that was a golden time." What was it about Chappies League? People like you come out of there. People like Bo Vincent Piri come out of there. People like Bonobo, a lot of guys from your generation who came out of there and were also technically gifted. Some level of development there. What was it all about there?
Yeah, Chappies Little League is good. Dipsy played it, Steve Maposa, Noah, all these guys about Bonobo Vincent, Pontsho, my brother. There's a guy called Cisse, we played with Chappies. So that's why back in the days, Bologna, that's not like that's really good. Because nowadays, that thing are anymore. When you look at schools nowadays, level school Australia day. It's not effective like Nakozaro. So I think the problem with even now, you can still believe at my age Dirang, we still believe it is the best. I'm not saying I'm the best, that's what people say.
No, we'll say it for you.
Yeah, you know. It's because of that structure.
But what was it? Like, I'm really trying to understand. When I compared you guys to the rest of the other older players, except for people like Butumi Deika, technical ability, stop the ball, pass the ball, shoot the ball. How were you guys that good as compared? Like very, very far away from them. I mean, Pomabogo was one of those, LeBron, but he was a bit older than you. But then how were you guys able to know this? I mean, there was one game in the game, instead of stopping it with his head, this dude, but that was the difference between you guys and them. Back then.
No, you see, when you study more development, like the basics, how to trap, how to pass, those, to you, people who never played football, you'll think it's easy, but it's not. But how he did thing, motor development, you can see. Even today. There's a huge difference in there.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, now I hear you. Was it the food at home, Rena? What was making you that good, that exceptional? Because by 2005, you became a professional for Northern. Why did you choose Northern? Was it because Pontsho was already there?
Yes, like I said, Pontsho can dance. And then again, some of us are serious because na kwa thank you and some modeling. Mama panel on a disc. Yes, and then this issue of we wasting Nawaga football is just a lie. There's a lot of money to be made in football. Some of us we made good money in football, I'll be honest with you.
Yes. And then that's when you became a professional. But then you get to Notwane. Can you tell us about your relationship with the club? I mean, it's a big club, Botswana. At least I think, but I don't know if Bajigile. Your relationship, how did they help you develop?
Yeah, no, back in the days, no, I mean, it's not like today. Nowadays, football but now it's just about passion, you know. Yes, just about passion. When you are good, they give you nako, and then they fully support you, you know, to make sure that you are best. I like today. Today is something different.
Well, what can you tell us about the likes of Bonobo Lawrence Piri?
Yes, I tell about Paja Butali, Manombaka, you know. But I want to legal light. Yes, because they always felt all this talent there, even though not excited born.
I want to talk about that though. How everyone is always on your case. Why didn't you pick it up for yourself? I mean, every time you got on there, why do you think you're exceptional? You weren't working hard at it. Because that's what I'm getting. When it came natural.
No, I was working hard. What makes you think I was working hard?
At least when everything was just coming easy for you. Because a lot of the things that you were able to do, I mean, I had an opportunity to see you when we were younger, through Yona Bentema, and it came easy. It came easy for you. And going further into when you get into becoming a professional, Fabian Zuluan, it just came very, very easy for you. Why do you think it was? Was it something saying you practiced on a lot? Because some people never believe you cut corners just because talent and you knew it came easy for you.
No, it wasn't easy. Football sports is more tough. For anyone else, if you want it to be easy. The problem is that people complicate it.
Okay.
No, I'll be honest with you. You saw my brother play, Pontsho? Yes. What can you say about Pontsho?
No, and for a guy of his stature, he makes it look easy. But that's what I'm saying. Is it something called a pain? You and your brothers all play football. Tell us about the home structure. Were your parents all in the same home?
Yes, my mom never went to have done football, to be honest with you. Yes. So she once bought me boots and I was surprised. Okay. So what does she know about football, And then but like you say, people always say it looks easy. But football in when you see someone it's good, you will think it's easy. Trust me, but it's not.
It's just because, like with anything.
Maybe I make it look easy. Okay, but it's not easy.
I'm going to get down to the bottom of this. When you are refusing to give us, I'm telling you. No, I'm telling you. But I think we'll move it on to the under 23 dream team. I mean, that team, for a lot of us, that's when the whole country started coming behind football. The likes of Bojomo, Matlapin, Jerome, Ramatlakwane, Noah Maposa, Musimane Gape, Ramushibidu. What can you tell us about that team and what you guys were able to do, Major David Bright?
Yeah, no, that's one of the best teams on that team because all those guys were Bumpamabo, Twice, Gama. We started go under 17 together. It's not like a Kopana 23. That's why that time in excel. It's because in the back are more. So when I do okay. So that's why it was easy. Plus the Brad was a good father, more on. He was more than a coach.
Rest in peace to Rob Man.
Yes.
Because because he's a leader of men. So that team, you guys then were sucked into the main national team. And you guys were able to help us qualify for AFCON. And then we get to the African Cup of Nations. No Dirang. Let's talk a little bit first about Colin Roque and healing your debut, your relationship land. How was that? How was that relationship? And because it seemed like he understood you.
Yes, but the Canada get senior teaming. I went there, Pelega Vasco. Vasco was the one who called me there.
Vaseline.
Yes, but he just told me that.
Jealousy.
He just told me that what I was training. Because he just felt I was skinny, I liked it at that time, but I had no problem with it though. But he helped me a lot because now one-on-one, I was 6 and trainer by beat. When it comes to a high level of football.
Okay.
Yes.
Because this time you were coming through, so
yes. Because if I remember, I went to senior team when I was 18 years, and I was the youngest senior team in Aguate.
Omakilabu trek.
Yes, that was
it that one? That was the Colin Rowe one.
Yeah, that's the Colin Rowe game. Yeah,
so did you ever get to play for Nathan for Zabras under Jealousy Vaseline?
Yes, I think I played 2 friendlies. Yes, friendlies.
So that's why the Egypt one in 9 official.
In official, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what was wrong with Vaseline? What from a creative midfielder point of view? A lot of people never believe he has a defensive mind.
Yes, because at that time, remember, Egypt didn't have media and so forth. So they had good players playing outside the country. And at that time, we only had Dipsy, who was playing outside. So obviously, we are underdogs. Yes.
No, man.
No, serious, man.
So, come on. We had guys attack-minded prowess. Mari, call a defensive structure. I mean, okay, go AFCON. Okay, then we have 2 defensive midfielders. You don't even get to play a lot. But from our point of view, we thought if we became attack, tell us. But okay, cool. We have people who can attack. why are we getting into a game to defend? It looked like we went to have con to go defend.
Yeah. When you defend, that's the best way. I like now. The best way to defend is to keep the ball.
Yeah.
It's different from back in the day.
Okay.
You get my
so
point?
that was a good tactic, Nagweli.
Yes.
Come on.
No, I'm serious. I like now. Yes. You watch Man City. Yeah, they defend but for the ball. But now what's how defend was a solar ball. You have to run again. You know.
But when you get into games, let Man City, what does the coach tell you? It's like, yo, guys, we are not here to play. We're just here to mark. Or what type of, motivate about young? How did you guys get motivated?
Personally, I didn't like that, to be honest.
Of course.
Yes. No, I'll be honest. But I had to follow the rules of the coach. You know what I mean? Because it's one Euro picker, even though it's about it, but you still have to go and follow Mokattis, or else you sit on the bench. That's the only way.
So, but because you've been there, and we try to understand these things because we get frustrated. How then does that affect your relationship with the coach? I want to know. Is that a reason that now your national footballing career for the Zebras dwindle? What caused that? Because you were playing a whole lot more for Colin.
Yes.
And then Brasten was saying, na Brasten ke borata blind Brayaga, Matebejano. Mari, what was it between you and Stan? Why were you not playing for him?
No, I'll be honest with you. Me and Stan, we never had a good relationship. To be honest with you, the issue it was about business. I mean, like Dirang is playing for me. Yes, but it was not like. It wasn't a guy on a Dumelamorona. But he knew I can do a job for him. Maybe when he wants to attack or when he needs a goal. So relationship it's about
okay, so what was it about him that made you that relationship become like that? Was it personal because or was it him because no sareti?
Like you said before. No, I'll be honest. I didn't like the issue of me defending. Yes, and I was clear with him or born. And that is kind of play.
Bernardo Silva was defender, Malam.
But that is Bernardo Silva, Dirang. I mean, I
hear you. Yeah. All right, so is that why then? Okay, for Malek and Ali, listen, because guys, you're still a legend out in these streets, man. What would you say to them about that relationship? What did you learn from that thing? Because they frustrated us as fans. Some of these things we felt we could take. There's a couple of Kosafas in the what would you say to Malek when they have that type of relationship with their coaches? Because a lot of the time, the most talented players, and then they the coach. The coach because
no, all I can say to the coach, more especially coach Botswana, they always have a problem with the so-called big players. I'll be honest, the players as a football player, about the ego. That one still then forward.
Definitely.
Me, Deeps, whoever, that's current and and then we also have a certain way that suits us. Yes.
How you can affect the game.
Exactly. And then you want me to come and say I need to sit back and defend. No, I want to attack. I also want to show my talent. I also want to enjoy the game. You know what I mean?
Is that something happens a lot in our football community, in that the coach is trying to secure that job?
Yes.
And disconnect, like you say, when you are there to express yourself, but
yes.
So going forward, is that what's going on in our football?
Yes, exactly.
When it comes to the owners, coaches and players, can you tell us a little bit about that relationship? Are owners able to talk to players and buy players for coach aids?
I tell you what, I'll give you an example. My brother coaches G now. And then Botswana, there's this habit of the owners, the team. They like influence certain decisions, like to play this one, not to play this one. And so many teams in Botswana, I've seen it happen even when I was playing. Yes. And problem is similar on who when the owners of the teams want to interfere. So someone over there pick a lineup, but me will the coach.
Eh.
So if you feel or whistle coach, then why do you hire a coach? It's your team. I mean,
but is there a lot of that? Is there?
Yes, it's a lot of that. Most especially Botswana, like I said, most 80% of teams I played for, the owners were doing the same thing.
Let's talk about your name, Netani. You are in Notani, and then after 4 years, you go to Muchudi Center Chiefs. Before we get too much into Muchudi Center Chiefs, can we talk a little bit about the relationship with the late Clifford Mohomuti? What can you tell us about him? I mean, now because I used to get so excited when I'd see him. Yeah. You look like one of those guys, more football and was really passionate, but he was also a businessman. Can we talk about your stay at Muchudi Center Chiefs?
No, it's one of the best teams I ever played for, to be honest, because I won a lot of trophies there.
Yeah.
Yes. And then that time I also had a chance to play with my brother again from Notwani.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So it was a very nice team, good environment. Clifford there, he was a good man. He's one guy who played a big role for football in Botswana, I'll be honest with you.
Do you think we still have people like that because of their energy and their love for the game, their love for players, their love for business? Do you think we need more of people like that, or do we think we need less of people like that?
We need more of people like that, most especially local guys, to get involved in football, because the so-called investors nowadays, it's not as you think the word investor. Yeah, they're coming there for something else. Yeah, a lot of things is getting destroyed with this because of such people. You know, because what's important is the passion in our ball. If you look at it now, what are you look at? I'll be honest with you. As you look, the league doesn't have sponsor.
700,000.
Yes, but then when you look at the other teams, you see that they're the investors in Alamati. So the same people, but certain teams in Alamati, they won't keep it in a sense that teams are they are the only ones that is sustainable. In that way, all the teams that is now mighty, but not the good players and the passion, they cannot go anywhere because they don't have the funds. Yes. Okay.
So how would they allow then? Because and at least you are trying to be okay. Who are these people? Because now I'm trying to figure out, because I know most of them are not indigenous Batswana.
Yes.
A lot of them Batswana by naturalized. And the objective is the focus is on is here on business alone.
Yes.
Are we seeing more of them coming in? Because rather average salary.
Yes. No, but because Bana was not like getting paid now. Players are getting paid and they're paying good salary nowadays, which is good. Yes, we really like that, and we encourage you. Yes, they're also playing a good role in saying when it comes to the deal in terms of sports and so forth. Yes. I think I'm not a politician though. But yes.
Passionate in the business of football.
Yes, definitely.
How another way? How can they better help?
I'll give you a good example. The owners of the big teams in Botswana, there are people that everyone believes they have money. We know they have money. Yes. And then on the other hand, you ask yourself a question. The same people that are running big teams in the country, but they sit more boarding in their Premier League, right? And then the Premier League itself doesn't have money.
How?
It's a good question. How is that possible?
Now that you think of it.
Yes.
Because
if it's easy, I can go and knock a show doors. 13 meters, protect the guy. It can easily be done. Exactly.
And focus on the development that thing. BPL is successful.
Yes. Because you are part of it also.
You are part of it.
Yes.
I understand you.
Yes.
So if it was about development, some of those resources, the development aspect is for the top of some.
Also knows. Yes.
I hear you perfectly. Be like our Pontsho. big man. I get about that. But I want to talk about the constant comparison.
Yes.
I read an article, more Weekend Post, Duke, and here's a quote. While Piro is celebrated, Dirang is mourned. Not because he had bad luck in his career, but because he denied football fanatics the true perfection of football that he had in him. At I think you were around 30 at the time. Mm-hmm. At 30, his career is almost over. Counter out the dog. At 30, his career is almost over, and we know that Dirang can do in the field, but we never get to see it, at least consistently. There are very few people who have his real talent. Those who have indeed had a rarefied privilege. He could have possibly become the country's golden boy of football, but he chose to ignore the calling. He is much like the bride that kept everyone waiting, and in this case, we are the groom. Yeah, so what do you think about your relationship? The constant comparison. Career, Piro.
No, Pontsho, to be honest with you.
I knew you'd say something crazy like that. What do you mean? What do you mean?
I mean, that's a really long time ago, I'll be honest. Yes.
Can I comparison but I feel like you are more talented, but he's got more king. He's won more stuff. Mm-hmm. He's deemed a different way. It's like but barata go le compare gore wena go dira gore o file yang gore be lo tlo motho kana ke braya ka mara all the time in nankare but I should be more like him, or how does that make you feel?
Yeah.
How rated you that thing? I mean, they won't say it to your face.
Yes, yes.
No one is going to play that game. So bad we're behind your back. So what do you think about that? Do you think they are right?
I don't know. It's a conversation. I know people always ask me, so no, just choose the one you want. I mean, at the end of the day, we are brothers. I mean, I cannot compare myself with my brother. No.
Yeah, no, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. And then also Mara, I mean, he's very, very quiet. He's like you. Pontsho is much more vocal. What do you think about his footballing journey? Are you proud?
Yeah, he did his best. I mean, he's been top goal scorer a couple of times, so he's okay, man. I
mean, come on, man. This is 3 people in the same family. You like a Brazil. What is it in the house?
Actually, people think Mara because of Moloi is in our family, but he's not.
Okay.
No.
All right.
He's not in our family.
Confirm.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a cousin. He's a
yes. Sorry.
Okay.
But we are very close.
No, and
yes,
we are very blind. And I think I want to talk about Daddy Ngwane, but the business of football more than you love football. I'm going to quote a couple of things here, okay?
Yes.
Your transfer moves, move a camera a little bit. Gaborone United to Extension Gunners. So youth to Notwane FC in 2005, 2009 Notwane to St. Chiefs, 2010 St. Chiefs to Vasco da Gama, 2011 Vasco da Gama to St. Chiefs, 2013 St. Chiefs to Don Bosco, 2015 Don Bosco to Rollers, 2015 the same year Township Rollers to St. Chiefs, and then 2017 St. Chiefs to Gaborone United, and then 2022 Gaborone United to Extension Guna. What's with the moving? You never stayed 2 years?
Yeah.
Why?
I have to help this guy, man. You know? What can I say?
So no 2-7.
Yes.
No, you have to tell me, like, these moves, this is a lot of moves.
You know, when I play, I also help guys up front to score goals. So my career, like, yes, it's not about moving from one team to another. It's about helping other teams. You know? Look, like this season, I didn't play a single game, Goganas. Look what happened. They went to first, they relegated. So, but I'm not saying I'm Messi or Ronaldo, but if you were there, things could have been different.
I think a lot of people, they actually started thinking you might transition into coaching because some audio clips and video clips coaching you are helping out. What happened there? What happened there at Guna because the masses were really looking forward. I mean, team because of all of the things, the board fighting, all of those things.
Yes.
And then
it was a painful stuff. I mean, the guys who came on board, the new management, they came on board not to help the team. You know, they came on board for something different. That is why I stopped playing. You know, I had a meeting with them. I told them that, listen, there's a way of helping this team. So we need to come together and help team about Maganas. So this thing, whatever the idea, the plans that you are bringing, it's not going to help this team.
You don't know about the plans saying.
Because the issue, you know, can I move on about the teams that society? The issue is about eating money at the tickets, merchandise. Because I'll give you an example. A team, Gunners can make around 180,000 to 200,000 a game. That get tickets. And then Saturday, then Monday, about a Ghana Sheriff Ghana say 5,000. And you ask yourself, on Saturday we made 180,000. How do you still owe someone 5,000?
5 grand.
And when you ask about the Harona Might, you know what I mean?
It doesn't make sense.
Exactly. And then I was like, okay, I don't want to be part of this thing. Let me just because tomorrow you're going to tell people that yes, it's the best in my game, so that everything I see. And then I think
the idea society because I think something is also happening currently with our boys there by King. Is it by Rollers where the investor is jumping ship. But I remember when I meeting society. How for what is a society? Society and investor
I'll tell you what I think I know. As an investor, how it's not like team society. How it's not on our team as an investor. Here's the team. And then the planning
society.
So there's a group of people about the supporter of the team. Yes.
Okay.
But people
card carrying members of the team.
The card carrying members, exactly. But to be like the branch chairmans. Yes, the branch chairmans Baba vote and Baba Mutilo. Chairman Veste Baba Mohela.
Okay.
Those are the people who make decisions whoever the investor they want to bring.
Okay.
Yes. But when the investor comes, the investor is the one that is running the team. According to the agreement, they do
okay.
For example, like Rollers. Rollers to pile Jagdish. Jagdish team, I think for 10 years or so. Yes, Kianara team. Yes, team for that particular time. Yes.
What I think in a lot of Chappies blind because in okay, the investor versus society and canceling society society ambitions own team so similar to how often the player had the consultant? I mean, how small when do you get consulted as one of the star players, or do you just sit there and then watch everything go on? Because we've seen so many stories like this where their hearts out, but you know, for some reason, what about the kuranta after kuranta or is there enough consulting with the players in Botswana or you get musician or hey palama
yes they exactly do it like Obu. I mean once you get to be close with the committee at the time you will see certain things, you know. Okay, but things are not done central because of 1-2. I can think of an example like where would the ticket. Yes, then there's a time ago Ghana after a game against G, you were playing at night, midweek. Because after the game, the guys never started and then they asked me to go. Dirang after the game. I go in the when I go there, I think it was around 85,000. Yes, 85,000. Rapula was the chairman. And then I went with the captain, 1,010 Bafana. Then we said, okay, but no, I did 85,000. It's Wednesday. I have to what's in my account, and then tomorrow you guys are gonna split this money equally.
Let me teach you something. Or Bafana sound. Hatsu honga sa khaoga.
Yeah.
Kausani. And then what happens the next day?
No, but the next day they gave us the money.
Yes, because Labone kama.
Because Rabone, exactly. But it shouldn't be like that. It was only happening.
Depressing.
It was only happening because all this time so now we are forced or else we are not playing the next game. Yes,
that's crazy, man.
I mean, Batswana like that. Batswana I mean, how not soft to similar relax. Trust me, you won't get anything.
No, but then I've come to realize like a lot of our guys because they don't take it upon themselves by the business of music of football, because like I'm saying the other time he understood the business. Just like but my best, I'll be able to get paid.
Yes,
but that's not really the thing. How did you move to Vasco da Gama?
Vasco da Gama, there was one guy from Cape Town. He saw me with some national team. I forgot which game was it. Some national team, and then he called me. But then I went there. Yes, and then it was a trial. I think 3 days trial or something. Yes, I trained for 3 days. After that, and then they said, "Hey, but I won't sign." At that time, and I remember I even talked to Deepsy. The one was helping me about the contract. Yes, now look go Super Sport that time.
Was it not Cape Town? No, Ajax.
No, not Super Sport.
Oh, okay.
Not Super Sport.
Okay, so so these calls when they come in, because we got some amazing midfielders. Mobotswana. I really believe we have some amazing attacking midfielders.
Yeah, we have good
when
players.
Do they go through your agent, or did you have an agent at the time, or phone like a moto? And how do you trust for moto? Yo, we got a trial for you. I mean, you've traveled, my man.
Yes,
you went to Cyprus. You went to Vasco da Gama. You also been go Congo. Who makes the call? How do you get the call?
Every team has agent. So normally, how an agent they will call agent. How an agent they will deal with your team direct.
Yes. Yes. So team.
Yes.
So then, when it comes to that, then because a lot of deals have fallen apart at that part where the team, because this is the only transfer that you made that actually has a number, an amount next to it. Don Bosco. The contract is a thing when it comes to team versus team. What happens there? Team some more kind of team. A lot of guys go Europe, go South Africa, but how is it dealing at
First thing that you need to understand, personally, but we are jealous people. I'm saying this because I've transfers some dematerialized, some not. But because of jealousy of this person when I tried at that time, because they just felt that maybe if letting in the water about 50 grand, and then yes, I'm here, must not achieve boss meeting. But it helping because so it's always become difficult for them to easily say
so kiso say in
yes. But what they does is they'll make it like maybe on team they'll give a price, but they put a price tag like team. They'll say no, you want him because there was a time where I was supposed to go play with China. Because the Chiefs. Yes, we went for friendly with China. I give team China
of course, as they should.
It's after 3 weeks. Team Yele, I don't know where they got my number from China. No, but we are not direct. And I was like, okay. And then no, I didn't listen to the world team. I had some mangoes and the Chiefs. And I had, like after 3 weeks.
Oh my nigga.
Then I get some meeting about and then it was issue of no. I was like, okay, how much did you charge them? Yes.
It's this is an opportunity for you, the team, and Botswana.
Yes.
So they can't go beyond saying or Basifila personally.
Yes.
This is a big thing for even at the state of our football.
No, in most cases we blame players. We thought, hey, Dirang no, that's not the case. The guys who control and that's the problem committee.
So how then do we change that? Is that why bakana let's modi committing because there's very few former players is that why? Because Baba King, why is that? Why don't they ever want to get King? About knowledge in Leone as Batsamiki or release a boardroom.
Trust me, more football. When you want to do things right, you become a bad person. Especially most when I can tell you that. Yes, it's about the Roger Baba Ho. But Baba Irang my dear. Like I'll give you an example. Players makes money for team. Again. But the same players are not getting paid. The money I held about to buy them committee.
So how
you get my point?
So
other things they happen behind the scene you can't see.
We are athletes. How about having Pama? I mean, you train every day. Now, let's have. I can't get to get a lamp. Ilor Gana Gazaga Alona. I can Babi Rubella just because Mutu last Hamekabulu, Mutu Lara Timi, or Rawana Rana, or what is it about them that makes them so pompous? Horbaxka Bafila, yo, this rightfully belongs to these dudes. God, I'm really trying to understand them.
Yes. It's an issue of how much has Samadu and Asia gone. After that, I had money after about 2 weeks.
I will Dubai.
I will phone what it's saying. After 2 weeks,
yeah, no. But let's just go back a little bit to Vasco da Gama. Or how was your relationship with Sibusiso Zuma? I mean, this is one of my favorite players of all time. Now, I think you're supposed to re-sign your contract now. Blind medium or Dirang is one of the best players I've ever played with. This is a guy who played in Europe. This is I don't know if there's ever been a striker like Swiss Zuma, dog.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I know, you were cooking. No more. Now, God, the day he needed you there. How was that relationship playing with like such a superstar?
We had a good relationship with that. It's one person like somebody and act. Man, you told
me one story about him coming to your room the day before a game. Like, he was that strong. He would be able to party and still.
Yeah.
Tell me some wild stories. Come on. What did you guys get to? What type of shit did you niggas get up to?
Well, I can tell there was a time in Lezongo. We went for training in Bali. And then after the training, Matakala change our part and then what's another Bali trainer. And then coach out training and I go as a ball. At that time, Lezongo. Coach have peace. Until I'm out of Antari. What do you mean? I want to just go home and sleep. And stay away from the South African guy.
Because I remember they would be able to stay up all night.
And I tell you what, Matakaba. Night is never about 3 to 3 hours. Bon, I discovered Bali. Who good Lebon, colleague like that, and Nakomara colleague. After that, everyone to Zarapel and Bali. What not the train. No, Matakaba, nicely 2 hours alone. And then the coach had to see what Nagan
Jesus, man. But like he was one of those players by Lord blind. I mean, in South Africa though, when they other people reaching out, I remember there was a time I get friendly South Africa or Pinar.
Yes, good.
Yes, he was running after you.
Yes,
I know you guys know that move. Yes. And there was a lot of talk around Honor. He was still at Everton at the time.
Yes, now we're
Hey, how there was no reaching out after that? You played a brilliant game, Kodebe. Never phone. You never got any other offers from there.
No, I was supposed to Ajax go Super Sport. There were a lot of deals there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, wait.
But I had to come home
because of
at that time. Yes,
baby girl.
Yes, there were other things that had to do with the side. Yes.
All these other things on the side.
When I was to tell her. But marriage is a good thing though. Yes. Apparently, we have to get married.
Why aren't you married at this big age? And hey, why aren't you married?
Tanyala, squaw.
Ling.
No, Tanyala, one day.
Malam, come on, man. Okay, what do you think about marriage?
No, marriage is a good thing. Marriage is a good thing.
How's Nana? How's she doing?
Nah, she's okay. She's fine.
How big is she by now? The last time I Mona was a long time ago.
Yes, she's okay, man.
Let's talk a little bit about Netlan. When from your point of view, the top 5 BW midfielders of all time. You can think.
I played with Patwabanti.
No, give us a 5 here.
Fabian Zulu.
Of course, big homie.
Yes, Fabian Zulu.
How important is Zimbabwe's contribution to BW football? From the coaches to people like Bonobo, Fabian Zulu. Zimbabwean football in all kinds of good ways. When can you talk about that?
No, but they played a big role but it's only that now Basimbands, but but nowadays I don't see a lot of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 5 is Fabian Zulu.
Bands at Botswana. You know Bands.
I know Bands. I know Bands.
Yes.
Happy was a crafty one. Where is this? Hana Santoko. But also very, very technically
gifted.
Yeah.
Pajabutali.
Yeah.
Paj was disciplined. You know, being a good player doesn't mean all the blind.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about Paj? I mean,
the role that you play, even us to help us in terms of guiding other players to do the right thing. It plays a big role also.
Shout out to Happy Hearts also.
Yes, Happy Hearts. Now he's the Happy Hearts.
So Happy Hearts can take on more division.
Second division. I watched it last time.
So do you think if Paja gets his team in there, who can some sort of change going
That's
on?
what we need. We need but what's him getting ball like Paja. Paja this type of guys who doesn't benefit from football. But you want to see it grow and help the light by expressing football. So that's the kind of people that we need. But Paja, but Parker, yes.
All right, so number 2.
Okay, 3. Banze 5 Billy Paja. Hi, Maradina Arena Batwe.
No,
was playing at the back.
But he scored like now got 11 and really come
How about the midfield? Yes.
No, but he's a defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
All right, okay, let's say attacking midfielders.
Yes.
Okay. So, but you gotta put Moloi in there. Midfielders of all time.
Moloi and Mike are the same.
Okay.
Yes.
Number 1.
Midfield.
More number 2. Because then he was a utility player. He could play anywhere.
Yeah. And then maybe Toto.
Oh.
He's a very good player.
Yeah.
I wonder why get this respect.
Why do you think?
I mean, he's the best player, man. You cannot put the best player outside.
Why are they doing that to him? Why are they doing that to him? And do you think it's a frustration thing? I mean, Kanazoto was making bank South Africa. A lot of money. He's got a couple of businesses out.
Yeah.
MN clothing. He's got MN water. He's got a couple of state. Push album Doli.
I mean, like I said, it's an issue of jealousy. I'll be honest with you. Yeah. In most cases, Batswana, you'll see Batswana. Okay, this guy will be a car. But they'll play that guy.
Okay, so how only a talented player? Because I get a lot of talented people that are really, really stubborn. Because
yes.
How would you teach them what about? You won't go anywhere if you don't play. And just like me, we had to start our own podcast because I kept getting fired. So yeah, you gotta humble yourself, you gotta do this and that. What can you tell them to another? Because ha ba go bencha kana no ba simolla go tsenya ke tsaitsa go mo go wena wa bona malektinyana wena o ka ba ra gore jentswe gore o jessing o gone gore o gole wa bona kirayang. What can you advise them, dog? Because I'm not easy.
No, when I started when I played Kunotwan, there was no money. There was absolutely nothing. But firstly, you have to play and build your name. Yes. You have to play with or without money and build your name. But it's not the same as now, to be honest. But now, I mean, my brother, I remember we were walking from 27 to Notwana to you.
Success.
Yes, never walk out from 27.
Training, I get it.
Yeah. But we had no problem with it though. And then some guys
I just pictured it in my head.
Yeah, like Fabian and other guys, Bo Jones, they were getting paid that time. Yeah. But we're not getting paid. But we knew we have to build our name first. Yes.
And that's how then you can get into
system. After you have built your name, then you can call any price you want. Because you deserve that. You worked for that.
Social media, do you think it's a good thing for players these days or it's a bad thing? I mean, when I robo the video about Botswana, what? I don't know.
Personally, I go to social media.
No, I know, but the group is the net and the profile is on Facebook.
I don't know.
How is waiting? We will check.
No, Nagamutu WhatsApp.
Okay, yes. No, sure. But let's talk about the current crop of players more Botswana more. I mean, Machitaba win the league. Go Morocco.
Yes, but
there's a couple of others. You know, they are doing that thing. What can you say? Do you see anyone and you know what can you say about these particular new players?
Yeah, no, they're playing a big role. They're doing their best. There's one boy I watched Holy Ghost para 4. I forgot his name. Someone Diabate. I don't know his real name.
But Mr.
Diabate. He's a very good player. He's a very good player, I thought.
Okay. Midfielder?
Yes, he's a midfielder. Para 4. And then there's too long ago GU. Yeah, he's a very good player. Tshosane.
Yes, Tshosane.
Yes.
What's going on with him? Is it because he's outside? Is he outside the country?
No, he's He's the captain at GU as we speak.
Kind of the game I did televise. Lupon, I go in the game mo le gontsheng. Na ha re khone go re bone the game mo TV. I gona upon nang ha se go lebella TV. Re lebella mo phone. Some of these games need to be put online. But I'll move it further along. The veterans game, are you part of that game? Yeah, Clash of the Legends.
Yes, the 17th.
Wow, it's amazing. Can I announce your lineup?
Yes, my nice way.
Are you part of the organizing or are you just going to be part of just playing?
So yeah,
no. The beef is in it because these guys are your brothers, you know.
Yes.
Some of them mo Facebook hey, and these are some of our bigger players, you know. Like I've said before, I'm sure now Facebook. What do you have to say about that? What do you know about that?
You know, there's nothing wrong I'll be honest. You know, as much as yes, I'll play. But it doesn't mean how it doesn't mean beef with whoever and initiative you need. Yes.
So like what is your relationship?
I think it's an issue of egos. To be honest with you.
Yes, because I think I mean one announced Fabian McCarthy Maloba but coming through. I'm sure Mutailar, what Teko about to go South Africa as a hold. So Bull and Mundo, Yagalona jump or what Macasi for sure on Alemadi Mutenga Homo. So do you think that's the you know
I think that's the issue there. Obviously why to
but is it obvious for Motagolo or Antnero Madiaman?
My point is whether Bakatu or Habakatu is not our issue. Yes. Is there a deal as the South Africans? So now you understand South Africa. So you cannot say what Amadia can come to South Africa. Then you get the same money about her. How we cannot get the same money as about South Africa? I'm just being honest, man. Sometimes Rikata talk is like talk. Yes. And the same as Motiming, we cannot get paid. The same. Yes.
No, but let's talk about your relationship before we talk and get into your future plans. Let's talk about your relationship with the Botswana Football Association in Dirang. Can we ever see, your brain being used to help develop our football, or I don't know, do you have a relationship with them?
Yeah, I mean, Matlini, it's like a father to me. I mean, he was once the Chiefs, I was in the Chiefs. I cannot promote and I believe when I walk so there's nothing wrong.
That's valid.
Yes,
so Leon, going forward, do we see good things for our football? I mean, right now Premier League in Alamatata because of sponsorships and all of that. I mean, the first prize is 700,000, dog. You know what I mean? And like you say, people have more than that money in the account and they're on the board. What do you think about the state of football, Yarona, going forward? Do you think it's something saying about the Koko instead of tutoring?
I'll be honest, our football is going down. It's dying. Yeah. Something needs to be done. It goes with how to go anyone else. Everyone sees Kamakawai.
I'm gonna release. I can't write happily new or Hagona quick exit plan. I wanna from your point of view, but to Baba greedy.
Yeah, that's another issue. I mean, you ask yourself, how it's more committing whatever. How it's we need to see change. Okay, Ska would tend to have the chairman. But okay, Ska is here for 5 years or 10 years. But the first 5 years or the first 2 years, we need to see. Yes. Exactly. So if today you ask what about Sally Hosimola, King says yes.
Right, my nigga. So I get to what are you currently working on? I know Rorata Madi, so you're definitely working on something.
No.
No, come on. Break bread. What are you Dirang like that? What businesses are you into? Or are you still close to football? What are you up to?
Well, I mean, there are a lot of things that I'm doing. So I think it's an issue for another day.
Press release.
Yes, like I said, when you deal with Batswana, it's not everything that you can. As well. Some things that are okay left alone there.
Okay, Papa. Yes. Nah, definitely. No, thank you so much, Malam, for hanging out with us. It's been nice. I know you don't do interviews a lot, and
for you, my nigga, anytime.
Nah, thanks a lot, Papa. And that's your episode 3, man. PODI-CAST right here at the Stay Well Hotel, proudly powered by our homies at Local Corner. Peace out.
People of different identities.